शाहरुख खान को आप उनके करियर के एकदम शुरू से आप जानते हैं। ये कितना कितना एक इम्पोर्टेंट मकाम है शाहरुख खान के लिए इस फिल्म की कामयाबी को होना और इस तरीके से होना।
I think it was very important that he has a monster hit. We did not see Raj of Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. We did not see Raj Mathur of Raju Baniya Gentleman. We saw Pathaan. And I think that has basically been what Shah Rukh is all about. He doesn't let go. He's always been very clear that he will be the best in the world or not at all.
He did not make any other statements and he just let his work do the talking.
Shah Rukh does not react. You can do what you like, he will not react. He will respond at the right time in the right place, maybe, but he does not react. He used to. I remember when Stardust wrote something about Gauri, he went and tried to smash their windows.
Viveck Vaswani sir, pleasure having you with me on Connect FM Canada. I've been following your tweets and especially the way things have been in the last say 1.5 months, 2 months with regards to Pathaan. आप शाहरुख खान को आप उनके करियर के एकदम शुरू से आप जानते हैं। ये कितना कितना एक इम्पोर्टेंट मकाम है शाहरुख खान के लिए इस फिल्म की कामयाबी को होना और इस तरीके से होना।
I think it was very important for Shah Rukh to have a big hit. I think it was very important that he has a monster hit, and it was just a question of it being the right film. I think he also reinvented himself completely. We did not see Raj of Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. We did not see Raj Mathur of Raju Baniya Gentleman. We saw Pathaan, grungy, wounded, old, tired, living on painkillers, but not letting go. And I think that has basically been what Shah Rukh is all about. He doesn't let go. And he's always been very clear that he will be the best in the world or not at all. He proved it with Adi Chopra by having the longest running film in the history of Indian cinema, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. And now he's proved it by having the biggest Hindi film hit in the history of Indian cinema again. So I think the world will look to the two of them to have a hat trick of one more record to their names, which they will do.
Right, Pathaan 2 I think will maybe the answer maybe.
Oh no, they will reinvent everything. I know that. They will reinvent everything.
So
Because now Pathaan 2, Tiger 2, War 2, Pathaan 3, Tiger 3, War 3, they will all be monster hits. But there's always a cycle to these things. There's a cycle to a cop universe. There's a cycle to a spy universe. There's a cycle to a Rohit Shetty universe. These are cyclical. They last maybe even a decade. But if you want to really break records like nothing else in the world, then you have to reinvent all the time.
विवेक सर, शाहरुख की जो इससे पहले जो सबसे बड़ी हिट थी वो चेन्नई एक्सप्रेस थी, 200 प्लस करोड़, और अभी यहाँ पर ये इंडिया में अगर सिर्फ बात करें तो 500 प्लस करोड़ सिर्फ हिंदी ने करे हैं। ये 300 करोड़ का एक आई थिंक बड़ी छलांग है। क्या आपको ऐसा लगता है कि दैट ये जो एक हंगर जिसके बारे में आपने बात करी, एक जो भूख जिसके बारे में आपने बात करी, जो शुरू से उनके अंदर थी, उसको मे भी शायद कुछ लोगों ने शायद अंडर एस्टिमेट किया, बिकॉज पीपल वर राइटिंग ऑब्ituaries ऑफ हिज करियर एंड दैट ही इज डन नाउ एंड people will remember as Raj and Rahul. But do you think that he has reinvented in a way, and that in a huge way?
He reinvented in a very big way. I mean, if you look at Raj, London Return, pampered brat, rich boy, he wasn't a man, fancy cars, dancing, swimming. I mean, if you see Mere Khwabon Mein Jo Aaye, we saw Shah Rukh. This was a middle-aged, tired, defiant, but resilient spy. This was someone who maybe right through the film hadn't had a bath once. This was someone who was bruised and broken and tired and living on painkillers. This was a completely different persona. I don't think it may have worked with anybody else. It worked with Shah Rukh because Shah Rukh works with such conviction that you have to believe it. I mean, when I saw Zero, I saw him as a dwarf and I believed he was a dwarf. The film didn't work because they didn't want to see Shah Rukh as a dwarf, because he was too young to play old and too old to play young. He was at a phase where he had to reinvent. There was various things, but he tried. Dwarf was an experiment in a very big way. And he tried a little bit with Happy New Year. You know, if you see Happy New Year, there was a stubble, there was a tiredness, there was a quality of, I'm getting old now, but I have a team of young people. All that was there. This broke the glass ceiling and went straight down. Of course, they underestimated. They underestimated him when I made Raju Bandiya Gentleman. They underestimated him when he worked with a new director called Aditya Chopra and Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge. They underestimated him when he set up his own production house. And if you see, I mean, when I made Raju, Aziz Mirza was the first-time director. When I made Dulha Mil Gaya, Mudassar Aziz was the first-time director. Karan Johar was the first-time director. Adi Chopra was a first-time director. Farah Khan was a first-time director. He's done some of his best work with first-time directors. He becomes a child with them and he encourages them while they encourage him. I've noticed it. So yes, when people write obituaries to stalwarts and legends, I think they are short-sighted and they should stop being short-sighted. Rahul Dev Burman gave his biggest hit 1942 after he was dead. They'd all written obituaries. But 1942 smashed records.
Definitely, definitely. Uh, Vivek ji, we'll come to Raju Ban Gaya General Ben. I think that there's many amazing stories which maybe अभी तक शायद लोगों के सामने ना आई हों. लेकिन अगर हम बात करें कि जिन सर्कमस्टेंसेस में पठान रिलीज़ होती है, एक तो उससे पहले ज़ीरो के बाद में लोगों ने ऑबिचुरीज लिख दी थी एंड एक बहुत ही आई थिंक बहुत ही एक कॉन्डिसेंडिंग सा, एक पेट्रोनाइजिंग सा लोगों का तरीका होता है कि राज एंड राहुल को याद करना एंड यू नो टू कीप ऑन पेइंग होमाज टू दैट, कि दैट इन द सेंस कि अभी इसके बाद तो कुछ होने वाला है नहीं टाइप्स. एंड जिस तरीके से वट एवर हैपन विद आर्यन फॉर एग्जाम्पल, द कंट्रोवर्सीज दैट हैपन विद द फिल्म, एक चीज़ की जो बहुत तारीफ हो रही है कि उन्होंने बहुत ही एक स्टॉइक सा स्टांस रखा and he just spoke to his fans and he did not make any other statements and he just let his work do the talking. आपकी नज़र में ये एक कितना एक important I think एक milestone है for a star like him with the sort of resistance that he faced.
Shah Rukh does not react. You can do what you like, he will not react. He will respond at the right time in the right place maybe, but he does not react. He used to. I remember when Stardust wrote something about Gauri, he went and tried to smash their windows. He did. I was there to take him out. But now, especially where Aryan was concerned, there was no reaction. When Zero didn't do well, there was no reaction. I think at some point, a man who's come from Delhi with nothing and has built a multi-billion empire doesn't really have to prove anything to anybody. So he goes his own way, doing his own thing, building his own companies, be it special effects, production, real estate, cricket. And he's doing what he does best, which is building empires. I mean, he is an empire builder. And yes, we should not underestimate people who are empire builders. The legend will live on long after the actor. We may not know him 20 years from now when he's nearly 70 as a star. Though we may, because Amitabh Bachchan is, but we will definitely know him for his achievements in the creative and media industries.